Well, now to Louisville and the latest in the mass shooting there, with newly released 911 recordings of the shooter's mother trying to warn authorities and police body cam video showing their heroic response. Plus, the chaplains on the ground who are now ministering to families. CBN reporter Brody reports.
In the moments before the shooting, the suspect's mother, alerted by her son's roommate, calling 911 to warn them.
My son might be because he has a gun and he's heading toward the Old National at on Main Street here in Louisville. Please, he's non-violent. He's never done anything. Please.
Okay, and you don't believe he owns guns?
I know he doesn't own any guns.
But he had legally purchased a gun just 6 days before. The attack highlighting the horror caused by an active shooter.
God, don't have an angle.
And the courage of those running towards danger.
Suspect down, get the officer.
5 people died and another 8 injured, including a Louisville officer who responded after 25-year-old bank employee Connor Sturgeon started shooting co-workers. In a statement, his family expressing sorrow for the attack and acknowledging he faced mental health challenges that were being addressed.
The heart is wicked, the Bible says. The prophet Jeremiah says the heart is wicked above all who can know it.
Jason Scalzi, a retired police officer, has seen a lifetime of death and destruction. He and his wife now work with the Billy Graham Rapid Response Team, serving in the most difficult circumstances.
When we deploy to these types of situations, our initiative is to provide emotional and spiritual support, to listen to people who are grieving, to weep with those who weep.
Monday's shooting is the 15th mass killing in the U.S. this year, 2 weeks after a former student fatally shot 3 children and 3 adults at a Christian elementary school in Nashville, Tennessee.
1 in 5 parents say they've either pulled their child from a school, changed a child's school, or thought about changing a child's school because of they're worried about gun violence.
That statistic comes from research just released from the Kaiser Family Foundation. Ashley Kurzinger, director of survey methodology, helped lead the nationwide study tracking American experiences with gun-related violence.
We didn't put out the survey because of what happened in Louisville. It's just, unfortunately, it seems like we can't go more than several days in this country without news of a shooting.
Some of those results include 1 in 5 adults have personally witnessed a shooting. 1 in 3 black adults have had a family member killed by a gun. And 84% of adults surveyed have taken at least one precaution to protect themselves or their families from gun violence.
That leads us to more than half of U.S. adults in this country have either personally experienced or had a family member experience an incident with a gun like this.
The bottom line is that this world is broken. It's a sin issue. And we don't get involved with gun control and talking about that. We're just here to point people to Christ, number one, because we know it's a sin issue.
Kurzinger did say the poll uncovered an opportunity for health officials to get more involved in this conversation because data only shows 5% of adults say a doctor or other healthcare provider has ever talked to them about gun safety. Brody, CBN News.